I can't hear you, dude. Your sound is off, Mark. Is it just me? Can everyone just hear me? Is it just me speaking? Don, are you there, buddy? Try, Don. If you can't, I can't hear you. But what you can do is hit mute and unmute again. That normally works. Is it? Can anyone hear the Darth? Is it just moi? Oh yeah, they can only hear me. Okay, that's cool. It's my show now. Fuck you all.
Hello. Now.
Yes. There we go.
There we go. That's, you know what it is? It's every time I play a track. When I play a track, it does this silly thing where it's like I don't know. It does it's stupid. Oh, there. Don Fulio, can you hear us, sir?
I know with his, if it might do what mine does, hit the mute and then unmute again. That seems to work.
Or you can just pull out and then pull back in. Like you can just disconnect and reconnect. It should work then. Yes, we are live now. There we go.
What now? All right, we'll probably log in back now. How's it going? I'm good.
Kev,
I'm good.
How are you?
I'm all right. Not much, sir.
Not
Who do
much.
we have in the house? We've got Gavin, Debbie, who else? Alvin. Who else did I see there?
There we go. That's better. Wait, let's do it that way.
Yes.
Hey,
gents.
Don.
Yeah, a little bit of a refresh. Don Fulio. Don't play with me, no? Oh, we're allowed to do accent.
God, you can do any accent. You know which accent I like the most? It's the Chinese accent.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I haven't even tried that. Give us your best one.
I don't know. I don't think I could do. I can't do accents.
I've never done an accent. Yeah, no me eat fly lice. No me eat your fly lice chicken. I don't know. I don't know if that works. Yeah. Well, I mean, you lost all your money when that fucking Deftones snare slap cracked. It was like, all right, there goes monetization. I mean, that's all the only piece you had to play, and you would have still lost.
Yeah, like literally, like 2 seconds, and it's gone.
It's so iconic. It's so iconic.
Dude, it is. You know what? You know what fucks me off the most though is I'm checking out TikTok and having plebs use Deftones.
How old are you?
What do you mean? How old am I? No, dude. It annoys me. It's like these tweens that fuck. What do you know about Deftones? Playing Deftones just because it's a trending track. Shoot me.
I think maybe he's asking you why the fuck are you on TikTok?
Thank you very much.
Networking. You got to
your brother gets it.
There.
You got a network with queens playing Deftones.
Gavin, you take that back. Gavin,
nice one, Dawes.
Gavin.
Anyways, nice to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Maybe you might have to delete this live stream afterwards. I'm not sure.
No, we're not going to do that. Why would we do that?
Let's
Debbie's in the house too. Gavin, Alvin, evening, everybody. Who else? Did we miss anyone? No.
I think it's just that for now. I mean, there might be more, but they haven't voiced.
Vagabond SA, how's it? Didn't say much.
Vagabond.
Oh, Vagabond reposted the stream. Thank you, Vagabond. You're amazing.
Oh,
what a legit brah.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. So a bit of rain, eh?
Yeah. Nice.
For you guys, I don't have rain.
Hey, Vagabond. Thank you, guy. Thanks for watching and for sharing. It's Kef. What a Kef name, Vagabond.
I see Neil Hanekom is in. Neil, what's up, Neil?
How's it going? Signing in. What's up? Like a nut in a Kaap. Yes, it is. Yeah. So finally, yeah, dude, the summer has been killing me. I'm not a summer person. I'm from the Nordic icy parts, I think.
So the Dutch in you.
No, I don't think it's. I've got a bit of Dutch and a bit of Scot. Maybe it's a bit of Scot in me, and Neanderthal, like like an iceback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iceback.
So you're from the north, you're an iceback. Oh, right.
So what's on the menu?
Well, let's go through the show notes. So I think the first thing is everybody's probably seen this. I mean, it's like it happened on the weekend, didn't it? The whole this thing. Ebrahim Rasool. Ebrahim. Actually, I have a cool little video we can actually like watch, because it's like, I don't know if has anybody actually watched the speech that he gave regarding this cock.
No.
I think he paused it. You want to see?
You're the only one who cares.
Yeah. I like the recap. Like, like the
listen. No. Hold on. Stop. We can't do this. We had a rule. Like, only chat is allowed, and chat has given me like 5 minutes grace before they climb in and tune me cock. Like, was it 15 minutes grace period?
We're not allowed
no one's
to
tuned me.
I'm on chat side, dog. I'm a guest.
You guys can't
this is not my weekly
guest and tune me.
I'm a guest. this is not my gig, but I'm a guest, so I will tune you.
I'll tune if I want to.
Okay,
I'll tune you if I feel like it.
Neutral.
You say any for me.
Well, let's just see what you say, and then we'll just roll from there. Okay, but
tell us
about his speech.
I'll allow it.
Let me play the video, and then you guys. I made it fun, so it's not this boring bullshit. But it's like probably about 5 minutes long, so it's
wow.
But let's give it a go.
What Donald Trump is launching is an assault on incumbency, those who are in power.
Assault.
By mobilizing a supremacism against the incumbency at home, and I think I've illustrated abroad as well. The supremacist assault on incumbency, we see it in the domestic politics of the USA, the MAGA movement, the Make America Great Again movement, as a response, not simply to a supremacist instinct, but to very clear data that shows great demographic shifts in the USA, in which the voting electorate in the USA is projected to become 48% white, and that the possibility of a majority of minorities is looming on the horizon. And so that needs to be factored in, so that we understand some of the things that we think are instinctive, nativist, racist things. I think that there's data that, for example, would support that would go to this wall being built, the deportation movement, etc., etc. I think that there is also an export of the revolution. It's no accident that Elon Musk has involved himself in UK politics and elevated a Nigel Farage and the reform movement in much the same way that it was instructive that on his way to the Munich Security Summit, Vice President Vance addressed the Alternative für Deutschland to strengthen them in their election campaign. And that then begins to say, what was the role then of Afrikaners in that whole makeup? And very clearly, it's to project white victimhood as a dog whistle.
Do you like dogs? Dogs. What?
Yeah, dogs.
Dogs. You like dogs? Oh, dogs. Sure. I like dogs.
There is a global protective movement that is beginning to envelop embattled white communities, or apparently embattled white communities. It may not be true, it may not make sense, but that is not the dog whistle that is being heard in a global white base.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
What?
My Lord, there we go.
Guys, the definition of fuck around and found out.
But imagine the job you had. You get to live in the States, paid for by the government, by the taxpayer, and you're gonna go out and like how is this diplomacy where you go out and go like, oh, you know, the guy that I've got to negotiate with is a fucking white supremacist. Like, what the fuck? Sorry, I don't know, lads. I don't know.
Well, I know. It's color as a division. It's divisiveness. It's a tactic.
It is.
It's all part of how politics operates now. You know, it's always operated like that to some degree, but it was always kind of in the shadows. And then over the years, maybe the last 10 years or so, 14 years, it's definitely been coming out more. We've had more sort of radical politicians saying wild stuff, and then it just kind of progressed, right? And then 2016 literally changed the world, like in some ways, for some people.
I mean,
like, but what it did is it elevated politics because Donald Trump understands rating.
Yeah. He understands TV. He understands networking. He understands marketing.
Well, yeah. So when that happened in 2016, and dude, I followed that stuff, and I was like watching all those debates between him and Hillary, and like 3 months towards the end there, I just realized I think this fucking Celebrity Apprentice may just not get fired. I think he's gonna win. And I was like, this is crazy. And that's kind of where I fell down the rabbit hole. But since then, politics have become the most divisive thing in society. But you can also just tune it out. The only problem is we're at a point now where it often feels like all these things, people say things, and then that has an effect in the real world, right? It's art imitating life. The robots are coming. This is happening. We're all going to lose our jobs. Rah, 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 rah. You know, the world is just chaotic in that sense.
But I mean, you make a good point. But like how I've seen it, it almost feels like kind of this. It's like when like, for example, the easiest way to delineate between the two is you've got the right and the left, right? When the right says something, you've got, I know it's a terrible analogy, but when you've got like, you know, the right, when the right says something, the left is like, oh my God, how dare you, your words affects our lives, you're literally trying to kill me. But somehow the same doesn't apply when it happens on the left. When the left try and, you know, advocate for certain things, it's like, no, it's just like, this is how it should be. It feels like they don't have, what was the word? What would the word be?
But they all brought together on the weekend.
No. Like if you look at of course. I mean, I'm thinking the people. I think that's very South African thing. That whole vibe is like I can disagree with people. I mean, I think up until 2016, I think it was like that. I could hang out with someone who votes ANC, and we'd have a fun time. We'd just disagree on politics, right? But we could still hang out and be kef.
For sure.
And until 2016. It was like a friend. You'd go like, oh yeah, Donald Trump isn't that a bad guy? And he goes, what the fuck? Unfriend you, not fucking talk to you. Tell people you. I mean, I was going like, that's when derangement hit like fucking like 1,000 degrees insanity.
Yeah.
Going, hold the fuck on. You know what's wrong with you people?
It's like they turned on offensive dial to max, and like you're not allowed to have a fucking different opinion. And the moment you do, like normal conversation, if I disagree with you, I mean, how many times have we disagreed on like a fucking TV show or something like that?
Bro, everything.
But like we're still engaged with each other, like, you know, and we'll
of course
take the piss out of each other a bit, and that's it. But that's what I find is they've gotten to this point where they're so offended that they have to cut you out of their life.
Yeah. They need to spit on you, dude. Like I've got a good example of this. There's this like on my day job. There's this dude. There was this guy, he was like the building manager, like kif dude, but bro, he's full on EFF supporter. And that, you know, he'd like, we joke with each other, like constantly. He'd come in and go like, yeah, we're going to come take your shit. All this cuck in here, it's going to be ours soon. And like, I'd laugh and he'd laugh and I'd make like a joke about it. And that's a cool vibe. We disagree on these things. You can disagree with people, but I find in America it's on another fucking level. It's absolutely insane. Like the shit that's going down with the people that are like that hate Elon. Like there was their sky day months ago. Like, you know, what fuck, just before the election, just before he bought X, he was their god. The fucking green energy god. It was like Elon rocket guy, you know, green energy, clean cars, the environment, fucking we're going to go to Mars, bitch. And as soon as he uttered the words, I support free speech, they lost their entire minds. And now it's like, it's gotten to, like, the thing now is it's I think now it's more insane. I think like the shit that's going down with the people, like being somebody's car because they've got a Tesla. I mean, have you guys been seeing this shit?
Oh yeah.
But it's like,
that's pretty wild, yeah.
Like, my issue is the guy's just like he's bought the car, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that he agrees with Elon. Like, you don't know that. Like, he's just going, it's an electric car. You know, it's a nice car. Like,
that means because I had the
You know, I like buying the Merc. That doesn't mean I support the fucking Nazi regime and what was it, what was the year?
1945.
Yeah.
You are like everybody, every dude that's got a Volkswagen GTR, he's not a Nazi supporter. Like, what are you guys stupid?
Do you like what's that fucking cologne?
Oh wait,
Hugo Boss.
Yeah, like I like a Hugo Boss suit. Are you a Nazi supporter now?
Exactly. Like, it's insane. And these guys are like, I mean, walking. Did you see the clip where the guy? Oh my god, it's so gross. The guy was sticking his hand up his ass and then rubbing his hand on the Tesla.
Was this also on TikTok?
No. See, this was on X.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, X is a
that's where I roll.
I can't do more than 5 minutes a day.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's a dumpster fire.
Take it in small.
Fucking...
I need a bit of like excitement, like a bit of like what do you call it? Like I don't know. I just need some danger music while I'm watching this. I also like to roll, like when I do go into X, I normally make sure that I've got a bottle of scotch and a handgun, just in case. And then I kind of just stop myself and go, okay, it's time to watch some Looney Tunes or something like that.
I mean, look at this shit. This is like, yes, people burning.
It's a dumpster fire.
Like,
yeah, but like
it's
ridiculous.
So just like if you zoom out, their country is so divided. Like, and you know, Elon is saying, "Oh, this is the left." You know, they're running a campaign, they're doing the thing. Which, I mean, maybe there's some merit to that, right? To some degree, it is. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, he's put himself in the middle of world politics. He bought that election because that's how American elections work. That's how our elections work. The ANC was broke just before the election, and then they got R1 billion. They were going to attach the Thule House and take it away.
No,
you know what
they
I
couldn't
mean?
pay staff.
The sheriff of the court was coming to fetch the Thule House. I mean, how embarrassing!
Did you guys see the clip of the ANC people just starting to attack each other in the boardroom because they didn't have money to pay each other? It was an X. It was they just start tuning each other. Fuck, it was funny.
Yeah, I've watched Parliament enough times to know that the people who are running the insane asylum can't run shit.
No, definitely. My favorite Parliament clip. Have you seen the one where the guy goes honk honk?
Yeah, that's the classic.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Honk honk.
Yeah. Please withdraw that. Please withdraw that. Fucking hell.
That's a euphemism for how we sound. You know what I mean? Like, our race has become such a divisive topic here again, which is a weird place to be because at my age, like clocking in the hopefully dead soon category, like You know, we went from this one system that had these terrible flaws, but had yet built up infrastructure of a first world nature, right? Then that was dismantled. It was actually all dismantled, just the infrastructure was dismantled over time, right? But the dream that was sold with the dismantling was born free and, you know, everybody's democratized, democracy's here. And America played a hand in that because they, if you weren't for the ANC, you were a apartheid sympathizer, which just, I mean, that just cuts out any conversation, right? When people say, you can't talk nuance, you got to pick a side, right? And sort of finding out what the system was after it was all over, that's kind of how I learned about apartheid, like when it was all done. You know what I mean? Not like my parents came to me and said, we oppress all other nations so that you can ride your bicycle safely in the neighborhood. I know I've been drinking, but don't tell Dad. You know what I mean? So those conversations were never had when I was a kid. And I'm not trying to obfuscate any kind of responsibility in any sense. I'm just having a conversation here. You know what I mean?
And of course.
It's a nuanced thing from all sides, okay? And I only have one perspective, and that's my own, to some degree. I can try and relate, but ultimately my lived experience is kind of my own. And it's like pieces on a chessboard. There's a black side and a white side, and that is now being brought into the spotlight of our country 30 years in a way that wasn't when it was all coming to an end. Or at least I didn't experience all of that because I was too young to understand what was happening around me. You know, so now I'm trying to make sense of it at this age, and I'm like, oh my God, we are fucked.
But the thing is, one thing that I do notice is it feels like it's somehow worse now. It's like, you know, you just coming up.
But it is worse now. No, it's totally worse now.
No, it is worse now. I mean, like everything that I think what I mean is maybe by it worse now. I mean race relations. If you think about it, it should have been worse then, right? It should have been worse than race relations because you literally just came out of segregation, right? Like how is it worse? 30 years of like the the ANC running the country, and somehow race relations are worse. It's just because you know what?
Well,
my feeling on the ANC is this. Yeah, but my feeling on the ANC is this. Listen, we needed them. You need a revolutionary party to get you out of the shit show that was apartheid, right? They're not a fucking management party. Like, listen, just hand it over to people who can do shit. Next time, and then what happens is when the new guys fuck up and completely run us into the ground, then we'll get the ANC back again and we can get a revolutionary party to get us out of that shit and then change course.
I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they had the shadowing option, which makes sense, right? When you start any sort of job, there's always like where you start a job and you go shadow somebody, or there's a breakdown of their responsibilities and how they got to those points, and you can kind of work off their system and improve it, or, you know, like keep it as it is or whatever. So you would think that back then that would have been the option, was to shadow the government to like figure out our place in the world, right?
Yeah,
but
we didn't.
Problem is
money. They didn't.
Money.
What's the? Do you smell
money?
That? Money. It's money. It's money. That's the problem, and that's the issue with. But I mean, the thing is, and this is what we used to think. I mean, for up until this election, this American election, everybody knew like, America's corrupt, right? But you didn't know to what extent. You'd go like, oh, South Africa is like way more corrupt. I'm going like looking at the two now in volume. I'm going, holy shitballs, the stuff that Doge is bringing out, it's like it's corrupt. Wherever government is, there will be corruption. You have people that get voted in not by merit, they get voted in by popularity. That's the thing. Democracy is nothing else but a popularity contest. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, that's all you need. You just need to be popular, and then you get, okay, what the fuck do you know? Like, if I had to be famous now, I'm like, oh, just vote for me. You go like, oh, what can you manage? No, I can't. I don't know shit about fucking electricity. How the fuck am I supposed to manage it? Well, I still think I do a better job than anybody, but you know what? I would do it better. I would be able to run this entire country. I would get a whole bunch of Chinese kids that know how to play SimCity. They will run the municipalities. It will be fucking sorted, bro. Have you heard of the game called Factorio? All it is just like it's this entire strategy game of just like building factories and connecting pipes. And bro, I would get the people that do that shit, that play that competitively. I'll go, listen, you get Joburg, you get fucking this one. Yeah, just we'll simulate it. We'll put it all on the game, incorporate. This is exactly where the pipes go. Here's the exact model of it. Run the city for us. That's what we do. Like, I mean, like, what was it? I remember seeing this video a few years ago about how I think it was the subway tunnel in Japan. What they did was they used bacteria, and they laid out, like, they put little sugar patches of where stuff needs to go. And the bacteria basically made the best routes, and they duplicated that onto their subway system or something like that. I can remember there's something.
Was it sugar or cocaine?
Gavin, yes, I'll run the country. Vote for me.
Well,
I would never do politics.
Can I come work for you if you get voted in?
Yeah, cool. But like, I'm just going to do full nepotism.
I've got some solution. I've got some solutions. Like, we could feed the homeless to the hungry. I mean,
yeah. Dude, China, you can feed. Dude, there's a billion people in China, and like they already eat anything, right? You can feed them the homeless.
Well, controversial, I suppose. Maybe feeding the homeless.
I mean, speaking of, I mean, I still think that's like a step down from like the Jocelyn stuff. Like, bro, we live in a country where people are being sold. Children are being sold to like. For what was her eyes and her skin?
Mooty.
Yeah.
Are you fucking joking? Like, in what fucking world? I mean, this is the thing that
I also think it's pretty bad deal. What, you got 20 grand for it?
I know, bro, like, I mean, the cost of life is. I mean, I still think that's high. I mean, you get people that get killed and shot for like stealing $50 or $100 out of their wallet, bro. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, she got a good deal.
Where does that happen?
What?
When did that happen? He's being shot for $100.
Bro, no, like, someone will get.
People get stabbed for their shoes and their phones. And
yeah, exactly, shoes. I mean, that's what's like maybe like $500. That's insane. Like 20K is like, whoa, that's a good
shoes.
deal.
Where do you shop?
I mean, I'm just.
You're rich, eh? All that YouTube money.
Chuckies. What YouTube money?
Living the privilege. 500 rand shoes. Yeah. Look at you, man.
But I mean, just look at this. This is this thing where, I mean, this is this shit. I'm going, like, what the person. That's not Elon's car. I mean, like, are these people retarded? I don't understand. It's like, what is like? Okay, like, are you doing it to VWs as well?
It's
like they literally were part of the Nazis.
The reason they're doing it is to affect his stock price, to then affect his overall net worth, and create havoc for him in that way. Like, the people who are doing it don't see it as he's saving America. They see it as he's destroying America. Kind of like we have to give the land back. There's that whole thing of like white people. You know what I mean? Black people. There, it's left, right. It's all left, just right. So that we can argue with friends, loved ones, strangers, maybe sometimes at the shop when you're just trying to buy smokes and you get caught up in it. But the point is, we are all plagued by that. But oaks are living in their beautiful homes, eating food, chatting on WhatsApp, like spending crazy amounts of money around the world in illegal dealings because they just don't have enough. It's politics is greed, and it's obvious now. You know, when I was a kid, you were taught to respect the government, you respect your elders, like all these different things, and you get older and you go, oh shit, but it's all the opposite actually now. That's the timeline. But it's technology that's brought us to this point, right? Why am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I mean, but again, back then that was like the best way to like propagandize your society was via school.
I
mean, they do it now, but it's like I think it's almost like a difference that back then it almost felt. I don't know if you could say like it was smarter, because back then you had the government like solidly in school. Obviously, like, you know, that very NG Kerk, you know, that was the school strict, these are the rules, blah, 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 blah. Like, you get indoctrinated, you was fucking, you know, salute the flag, all this horseshit, the bell. I think it was all, that's all propaganda. Now it's like a kind of a different, maybe more smarter thing where it's like, you know what, how can we control the society? Let's keep
now
them
it's
as dumb as
targeted
possible.
propaganda.
Yeah,
well,
now it's like,
I mean, okay, yeah. To bring it back, exactly. To bring it back to the ANC, right, or our country, if the ANC should be charged with treason for any reason, for any kind of crime, it should be for destroying our education system.
100%, dude. 100% with you.
That's, I mean the money we can make again. Money can be made, money can be lost, but the 30 years of the erosion of the education system has left us skillless.
Bro, that's almost like that. Like, I mean, how many generations? That's 5 years, like high school. Like, let's call high school, like, you know, 5. Like, that's like five generations, 4 generations. Yeah, it's about what? About 5-6 generations that they fucked with that. We're just like the schooling system went down and down and down. We, you know, what can you do? I mean, 30% pass rate. You're going like, I remember when I was a kid, it's like at school, like you had to get like 75% or something to get university exemption. There was no fucking way around it. There was no like, oh, well, you know, I want to go study, be a lawyer. Bro, you either get the marks or nothing. Like, it was, you couldn't pass if you didn't get, I think it was 60%, 60 something percent on like the majority of your subjects. If you didn't get that, you did not pass school. You fucking do it over again. Now it's like 30%, bro. Like, what do you do? Just show up. I mean,
I may have done one standard over.
But I mean, is that like a smart way of like of controlling your population, where you keep them, you keep the education like low as possible, and then at the same time you're doing
ANC's game,
and then at the same time you're using propaganda. You're using race propaganda, like constantly going, that guy's the bad guy. I mean, what's that guy's name? Alinsky. Zelensky's Rules for Radicals. Like, he was Hillary Clinton's mentor. He wrote this book, Rules for Radicals, where it's basically like you make sure that there's, I mean, it's cultural Marxism basically. You go, that's the enemy, and that's how you rile up your base or your side. You're going, those are the people you need to hate. They need to hate something. There has to be a bad guy. It's like a fucking Hollywood script. There needs to be a bad guy. That's the reason for everything that's wrong in your life.
That's it.
The white man. I was going like, you know, I mean, I have people on X tuning me like, oh my God, you're responsible for this, and like you've done this. I'm going like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I've done nothing for you. You can come take my land.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want fucking land. I mean, don't give me land. I don't care. I just want to rent. It's like you'll own nothing and be happy. You know what I mean? This is the other thing. Well, exactly. Part of our government institutions, here's the thing. South Africa takes money from everyone. They've literally, the ANC been taking money from everyone for the entire time, right? Yeah. And their allegiances are all over the shop. I mean, they are poking the bear with America. Okay.
Dude, they're fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out, unfortunately, now. It's just we've been coasting for the last 30 years, and now we're under the spotlight, like in a big way.
No, totally. I think the whole vibe is like, if I mean, like, what's it? I think China's number one, and then America. The thing is, like, we import more from China than what we export to China. And then we pay massive tariffs in exporting to China. With America, we've been getting like, you know, dude, we're exporting there at the fucking lowest rates. And also that was quite a smart idea. That's like at the, you know, in the 80s when it was the boom for America, their finance, where just like everyone exploded, everyone's a millionaire. They reduced imports so that they can buy a shit ton of stuff.
When cocaine became huge.
Yeah. That's when it really took off.
Yeah, well, I mean, have you ever seen what's that docu, Cocaine Cowboys in Miami in the 80s?
Brilliant.
Dude, it's like all the cash in the world. Yeah, anyways, these topics depress me more. Like
I literally said this to Mork. When was it? Was it today?
Today.
I tuned your fucking so over the race shit.
Dude, I am. Yeah, you said it today.
I feel like I'm not the best guest for this podcast. Mike.
Voice of reason. That's what I need.
Just out there.
No, it's fine. We need voice of reason.
Yeah, that for me personally, the heartbreaking part is I know that people have to unplug because it's just so hectic, but and that is just tough because that keeps people divided, right?
Yeah, no, of course.
People can't stand together if they feel apathetic. And the apathetic comes from the bombardment of just, if you want to call it stupidity, if you want to call it like stupidity, then we'll call it stupidity. I want to call it stupidity. Can we do that? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can.
No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, Balville Pitt gives a good comment here. He says they want, obviously I think he's referring to ANC. They want SA to be fucked up. They want blacks to die by the millions. They do not give a shit about people. They really fucking don't. Like, you wouldn't steal that amount of fucking money from the poorest of the poor and then give them handouts. It's like, you're not helping the population. You really fucking aren't. You're not.
But here's the thing. We were saying this through the Zuma era too. Every day I'd pick up the paper and be like, more money in Kandla. And for me personally, if I think about the way I think about all of this stuff is the ANC really changed when Zulu sort of culture like really started to dominate the ANC stage, which was when Jacob Zuma came in.
Jacob Zuma,
the 100%. And then from there, it just sort of went pear-shaped in terms of the theft of finances.
Bro,
like the mismanagement. Let's just call it mismanagement even. We don't even have to call it theft. We can just
mismanagement.
It's just like if the ANC just stood up and said, "Hey, we're incompetent. Somebody else, please take over." Maybe we could still forgive them.
Yeah, no,
but they don't want to do that.
They don't want to. No, of course not. Like, this is the thing, and this is why you're going. Like, this is why I go. What Balville Pitt said is true. If you do not give a shit, like, you'd rather have your people destitute, poor, living on handouts because you want them. If you can give them scraps, they're going to vote for you. This is like the fucking thing that the shit that back in the day, like the Robin Hood, where the king wants to be in power and he gives the poor and the peasants just enough, and the king is the best. Like, it's that type of cock, bro. They don't care. They really don't care about the country. If they did, they would go like, okay, cool, let's put somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. But they're not, because I think they also can't do that. Because it's like, you can't just, the ANC is an entire machine, right? So I can't just go, if we're in the ANC, I can't just go, okay, cool, well, I'm gonna put this guy in. You're gonna go, well, hold on, I'm your friend. I funded you, I'm supported you. Like, that position needs to go to my cousin. I'm going, fuck, you're right. Otherwise, you'll fracture the ANC. Everybody needs to get a little bit. Everybody needs to get a handout. Everybody needs to get paid. Otherwise, the entire party cracks, and you got to keep the shit together. And I think that's what Cyril Ramaphosa is doing. I mean, I still think he's worse president than fucking Zuma. Yes,
yeah, I mean, sorry, Darshan?
No, I didn't say anything. I'm listening.
Oh,
okay. No,
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's when I listen to you speak like that, I just think about how little I know about, like, the other perspective, right?
No, of course.
Their struggle and way of seeing it, and how they became caught up in socialism and Marxism and ideologies, because if you take the EFF guys, they all like come from varsity and are like, like educated, all like intellectual, and they follow all these philosophies and stuff, but yet they're all born free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so totally. They come with the anger and the pain of their forefathers, okay? Yeah. But they didn't have the lived experience, which kind of makes it a little bit like how you see, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool that you have these ideologies, but financially they don't work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Unless your goal is to keep people poor, then you're winning. Then they're winning. If that's their goal, they're succeeding.
Yeah, but I think what the thing is, it's this weird thing. I was having an argument with someone on X the other day, and it's like this whole vibe of like this whole vibe of the rich and the poor. It's like the poor would rather have everybody be poor as long as it's equal. So going like, I mean, if someone's richer than me, like the reason they're rich is not just because they're white and because they have
because they're criminals too.
But I mean, that's the going vibe. It's like, oh, like, you know, like if anybody in South Africa is a white and they're like, if you're white, you're apparently rich. It's like, what? No, that's not how it works. You know, like everybody did not inherit shit. It's just fucking weird. It's like, it's weird to believe that. I don't, by the same argument, it'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to believe that every black person, you know, steals. Like, that's fucking retarded. No one thinks like that.
But here's the thing. But you're right. Nobody does think that way. It's only online. In the real world, the people you interact with are not inflamed and not enraged and not like it. It's an online culture, which is, don't get me, like, just before you butt me there, surfer.
No.
Before you butt me there, just understand that I'm well aware that the online world is a massive part of our society now. And not even a consented part of our society, because if people back in the day understood what the vision was for the technology, and it's not like the nerds weren't telling people that all these things were not going to come true. It's just people didn't believe them. Big Bang Theory made nerds cute. They were like, oh, look at these cute nerds. They're so cool. And they're going, we're going to build robots that are going to take your jobs. And they're like, oh, so sweet, these nerds. Oh, Sheldon is so cool. But my point is just like, there wasn't a larger sort of understanding of where the tech was going to go and how it was going to inflame society.
Yeah. No, true. But here's
like
my
a lot of good, obviously. Right? Tons of good, obviously, but a fuckload of bad.
But here's my but. I'm going like as
your but.
Yeah, the people on social media, on X, like you said, completely agree with you. The difference there is that a lot of those people who are on X, those are the people that are like the Julius Malemas, the guys that are they're there because they're influencing people. These are the people that make decisions. These are the people that sit in Congress or Parliament and decide on laws and going like, okay, cool, well, we're going to vote for more handouts. We're going to vote for doing shit this way. And it's going like, okay, how does the guy on the street stop any of this if you're not on here? Like, they advertise like, oh, we're going to do the land expropriation bill, hypothetically, right? They did that. Okay, no, there's like, we're gonna put it out to the public. If you're not on social media, you don't even know the fuck that happened. I didn't even know what was happening. Oh, we had everybody agreed to it. When did you do this? No, we went around. We had like, what did they have, meetings?
So
they went around.
I was chatting to a lady this morning at that coffee shop that you and I frequent sometimes, and she's an African lady. I don't want to say my age, like, but definitely older, probably 40s. So, and her perspective was, and we were talking about this as well, and she was saying that in the library they will come and drop off these ballots for people to vote on, the community to come and like to sort of pass their grievances on against this or for it, right? And then what will happen is nobody will even know it's there. Nobody will come. Then they'll come pick up the papers and go, all right, cool. Well, nobody has a problem with it. We're moving ahead. And then they'll just sort of pass it. And then, yes, exactly.
No, totally.
I'm sorry. It's quite funny that you bring that up because I literally had this conversation this morning.
But that's how they run shit. It's like none of us knew like the land appropriation bill, they're going to send it out and people are going to vote. They're going to have town hall meetings and all this horse shit. Like, I never fucking heard anything about this. Is there a specific place I need to go to find out? 99% of the country doesn't even know.
They don't want you to go. You should find all these things and go to them and then live stream them for us so that we can start some activism here. There's no activism in this country. That's why Teslas are burning. It's because they have activism.
They've got people on the ground.
Movies, and they've also got way more guns than we've got. If we had as many guns as America here, this country would be so fucked up. People would be so fucked up.
I think it would be no. I think it would be less fucked up. Honestly, I think it would be less because, like, I'm not going to rob you because, like, there's a chance you're going to fucking shoot me. It's plain and simple. I wouldn't do that. It's like no one has a gun, so like I'm going to fucking rob him.
But the difference here is they've grown up with that gun culture. You know what I mean? Like, so they don't think about it in that way. They just have always had access to guns, like buying them in a fucking, in a Woolies.
And if you can buy it, you can buy it at the cafe, bro. You can buy a gun at the cafe. But wait, sorry, I just wanted to correct something. Belville Pete earlier, I thought he was referring to the ANC, but he was referring to the globalists, the world.
Economic Forum.
Fuck my life. Yes, and 100%
World Economic Forum. Yeah, face.
What was that? What were those pillars? Those pillars that were up in the States about the whole fucking the globalist elite. They want to like their main goal is to reduce the population to something like 500 million. Yeah, they want to reduce the world's population to 500 million. They want people to fucking die. That's just true.
No, of course. Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing. They tell you that people. That's the part that gets me.
If someone tells you,
it's always out in the open. It's always out in the open. They always tell you this is the plan. This is what we want to do. But these things take time, right? And if you look at Facebook, for example, they started it, but the true effects of the first sort of major social media platform, which was probably Facebook, like the true effects of it were only felt like 10 years later. Teenagers have depression. People have their relationships are fucked out because of jealousy and likes on pictures and all sorts of things. And it's the same in politics. They come up with ideas and start putting things into motion, and then 10 years later they go, "Oh, that was a fuck up. Let's cover it up. It didn't quite work out the way we thought it was going to work out. Let's cover it up." And by covering it up, we caused some more shit.
Yeah, but it's just like you like how can they blame you for it because it happened 10 years ago? Well, it could have been 100 other things that caused it. I mean, the effect. I mean, I remember watching that series, The Social Dilemma, which came out 2016. It was like 80. Fuck me, it's almost like 8 years ago. That's 8 years ago.
Was it 2016? Crazy.
Yeah, The Social Dilemma came out 2016. The thing at the time when I'm watching, I'm going, holy shit, this is what social media can do. Like the whole vibe of everything is an addiction. It's like the way it's put up, it feels like a slot machine to get you addicted. But the fuck up at the time was the same people who made it suddenly came out going, oh yeah, I know, it's just really terrible. It's really terrible that that we made this technology, and now the people that don't like align with our political views, they're also using this thing we've made to influence people. I'm going like, you shouldn't have fucking made it to begin with. And
it came out 2020.
Yeah. Oh, 2020. Sorry, my bad.
2020. Yeah.
But I mean, this is.
No, I also remember watching it and going, but they're telling you, and this is the thing because I've been following the technology thing for a very long time because I'm from that, like all of us, obviously, like many people. But the thing is, I am a full-on sort of semi-believer in that it could go the whole singularity way, right? That is part of the tech bros plan, is to like upload people's consciousness, and we are batteries for the matrix, and all that stuff. But here's the thing. I've been following a lot of this stuff for years, and everything they said they were going to do, they've slowly but surely done. Maybe not as fast. We don't have fucking flying cars and skateboards and all of that shit yet. But we've become the product. Like all our data that gets mined speeds all all of that technology, right?
No, of course.
And then eventually that technology
it's money. It's
going to know everything. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's greed.
No, 100%.
It's greed killing humanity. Let them eat cake.
Yeah. Sorry, we were talking about this earlier, but I just wanted to show you something which I found absolutely. I just found this insane. I don't like in what fucking world are we living where this is a thing. Just watch this for a second. Give you guys your opinion on this shit.
Jim, they're taking to the streets or the parking lots Tonight, the FBI and ATF now investigating multiple cases of possible arson targeting Teslas and Cybertrucks.
This dramatic video shows multiple cars in flames. Police say the attacker used Molotov cocktails. It's the latest in more than a dozen instances of arson and vandalism targeting Tesla.
The same suspect shot more Teslas with a gun. Tesla Cybertrucks were set on fire in Kansas City, and earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks on fire in Seattle.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh?
I mean, that's fucking
his
insane
statement. His statement is quite true. Like he's acknowledging it. You guys like petty terrorism. I mean that's what it is. But also, like I'm going, you're not really affecting Elon. Like you're the guy that's going to get knocked there is the fucking dude who bought the vehicle.
Yeah, but also like Don said earlier, it affects his stock price. But it's like. But I mean, there's the guy on the street doing that just so he can affect Elon's stock price. The guy, I mean, I think it's orchestrated, right? Let's not for a second think this is just some random.
January 6th.
This isn't some random fucking dude.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go for it.
No, these things get orchestrated. Sorry, I was just jumping in there.
No, go for it. You're supposed to jump in.
No, I have nothing else to say about that. I've got nothing else to say about that. It's all orchestrated. Fuck them. All right, let's talk about movies, guys. No, but just read the chat there, but because I saw Alvin. I saw Alvin bring up the fact that Ramaphosa wants to close school for 2 years. So
yes, actually,
which I found quite interesting. Yeah,
I actually prepped that. Speaking of, here we go. Yeah, so we can quickly check this out. So this is from Ramaphosa.
We need to admit where we've made mistakes, and I'm the first in government to admit that we made a mistake. We should have started with early childhood development. Universal early childhood development should have started 30 years ago. That's what we should have done. And I'm also on record in saying maybe...
Wait, what?
Why the fuck are they applauding?
No,
is it because like he's acknowledged the mistake? Oh, great. Oh, my God, such a great man. He's acknowledged the mistake. You fucking muppet.
Wait for the rest.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Hold on, come on, play, you bastard.
Maybe what we should have done, because we had a legacy of Bantu education, is to close all schools maybe for 2 years. A good friend of mine is laughing because she has heard me talk about this. Close all schools for 2 years, take the educators, take them to re-education centers and have them
re-education so you fucking joking.
Re-educated so that they are ready to now teach the children properly. Yes, the children would have run around in streets without any education for 2 years, but that would have gained us a lot of time to be able to reform our education at an early stage.
So sorry. I think this was also sent to me by Gavin. I just to understand, is he talking about?
Would they make it more racist?
Would
they make education more racist?
But is this in context to when the ANC took over? They should have stopped schooling for 2 years, and then just went like, let's re-educate.
That's how I understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also how I understand. But why? But this shows two things. First off, is like you can do two things at the fucking same time, right? The new people that you're putting in, train them properly. I mean, it's like you do realize that you just teachers you need to train them. But again, it's like what did you want to teach them? I don't know. What the fuck is this about? What's this?
Yeah,
what's this
it's a Chinese concept, so there's definitely that influence there. Re-education camps is, it's not just a Chinese concept, but the thought of it is like, exactly, like off you go, let's indoctrinate you even further.
Yeah.
Let's break it down even more. Those camps are not going to be be fun for those teachers. You know, it's not going to be like, everybody's going to go to Maui and chill on the beach and drink cocktails and get an education on how to educate better.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, didn't they have like a similar idea in like 1945?
Exactly. And throughout history, it's just been in a different form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's just like, they screwed up by like, they didn't have their ducks in a row to indoctrinate people. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier, where we were going like, the old apartheid regime used to indoctrinate children, you know, like the way they used to, like, you know, like you have to be proud of the country, The ANC never thought about that because they were fucking too, you know, oh God, we got a whole bunch of money here. We need to think on how we can fucking score money. And they forgot about, like, you know, you need to shit needs to get managed, bro. Like, you need to think about tomorrow. They were like, no, fuck this. I'm going to steal that. Fucking mining. We want the land. And I just want to say thank you to, wait, I was going to say one thing. I was going to say thank you to Belleville Pitt. Much respect. Awesome. Thanks so much, dude. Thanks for the compliment.
Nice
and welcome for hanging out.
But don't compliment this guy. He'll fucking drive you nuts with his politics all the time. Jesus Christ. Like, we have these discussions and I walk away. Well, I see you even less than that. And afterwards, I always walk away going, I'm going to kill myself.
And I have to do it every Thursday. Fuck, God.
I'm like, thank God I have a dog as responsibility, so I can't kill myself.
But Don, you can do it every second Thursday. You can come once a month.
Yeah, it might be too many. But yeah.
Once a month is too many. What the fuck?
Yeah, it might be too many. But yeah, so there's a lot going on here. There's just so much going on. But look, here's the bottom line, I think. South African parents are not going to let them do that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to, the government. So our military members went to the DRC, right?
Yeah.
Some of them never came back. It's terrible, right?
And some came back pregnant. Are you talking about now, recently?
Yeah, recently. It was the DRC, right? Yeah.
So they basically wait, hold on. It's a quick question. Is that a form of like you know, jumping the border generationally?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure.
You're gonna get people from the Congo into South Africa via them.
Well,
sorry, carry on.
Go kill people is the concept of war. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why are we killing people? For what? Like, why do people have to die? We don't know. Like, anyways. So my point is, they went over. Some of them didn't come home. I kind of saw it in the news, but I wasn't paying like a lot of attention. But then I happened to watch their funeral, which made me realize, as a skinny old white man, I'm not afraid of our military.
Yeah,
I'm just not afraid of them. They could barely carry the coffins. They, like, Oaks was so overweight. There was no fitness there. And I was just like, we don't have an army. So this sort of boils down to the tactic of taking money from other countries. So we're like in the middle of this geopolitical fight between America and China and Russia.
Yeah.
And we're in there because our government was sticking our hands in all of their pots. Well, money. They were sticking their hands in all the pots so that they could drive around in Range Rovers and, you know, and show off that wealth to other black people, not to white people, to other black people. Because, like, and I've seen it. I've seen, like, super wealthy black people, and I had, like, even having to talk about this cuck, like, but you'll see them and how rude they are to poor black people.
No, they do. You know where you see it? You see it sort of like it's that sort of typical. What is it like? You know, like that. So that you know, as soon as like a butt gets rich, it's one of those like, oh, you know, I got a Ferrari, and like it's a cultural thing, and like I do see it like in the black population. You do see that sort of like, I've got money. That thing.
It is a culture thing, yeah.
It is, but it's like you see like buying bottles of Hennessy and pouring it. Like, why the fuck would you waste money? I don't understand. And I think that's the thing. That's the difference between wealthy and being rich, right? Like the richest people in the world are like, the Rothschilds. You don't fucking see them out going like fucking Hennessy, bitches in the club, make it fucking rain. You don't, bro. You know nothing about them. It's the difference between the people that pay for good Oprah security and people who pays Oprah's salary.
They just pay for good security. We find out about it later, like Jeffrey Epstein, P. Diddy. You know what I mean? Like when oaks fall through the cracks, we get to find out about what the rich are really up to.
Speaking of, what the fuck is happening there
with P. Diddy?
When are we getting more info on P. Diddy and Jeffrey? And where's the fucking list?
But I do know that P. Diddy is in the same cell block as fucking, who's that kid who started FTX? Sam Reed. Now I've forgotten his name because I'm stoned.
The guy that's
Sam Friedman.
Friends. Yeah, Sam Friedman. The friends that was friends with Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. So they're in the same cell block. I watched an interview. He was literally doing a podcast from jail, Sam Friedman, about FTX and what he's learned in jail, and now he's off the meth. You know what I mean? So he maybe has this even more false bravado of how smart he is. Jesus. Anyways, the P. Diddy thing, I don't know too much about. The Epstein files,
we're waiting on.
Tell you what I think is happening, and that is
we're
not going to see no bombshells.
Don, I just want you to tell me who the fuck did it. I don't care about
with JFK.
He did what?
3,000 fucking document files. Just was it Lee Harvey Oswald? Was it him? Just yes or no?
JFK, Lee Harvey Oswald. So I haven't read any of that stuff. But let's see here in the chat.
Who has the time? Apparently, it's like 80,000. Fuck off, mosquito. Sorry.
Yes.
It's like 80,000 documents, bro. Who's gonna we need a few weeks for someone to process it. I mean, I literally when I found the PDF,
2016, maybe still would have gone down that rabbit hole, or 2018, I would have maybe still. But COVID changed me, man. I'm just like, fuck this shit. I'm burnt out on this crap. Like, I'm over it. I still know what's happening, and like, especially with the Epstein stuff, I did a lot of research back then. So. And the bottom line with
hunting islands.
The bottom line with the Epstein thing is people were super focused on the sex crimes, which is 100% correct, all terrible shit. But nobody in the mainstream focused on any of the financial crimes and who he's connected to and how those people are now currently connected to the American administration, including Donald Trump, including Elon Musk, all those powerful people that roll with all those big money zeros in their accounts, if they even have account. I mean, Elon said he found 14 magic money printers in the. Did you see that?
No, fuck, I didn't see that.
Where? Ted, do you know Ted Cruz?
Yeah. No, Ted Cruz,
yeah. So do you know he's got a podcast?
Ted Cruz, like the politician Ted Cruz.
Yeah. The politician.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know he had a podcast.
So Elon was on that. I'll send it to you. And he was basically saying, they found these computers that literally just send money to places from nowhere. The machines create the money. It's not like coming out of, the USA savings account or the check account or the credit card. It's just
I'd love that.
It's just making money and sending it out. So if that is true, if that statement is true, and obviously I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is true, that is wild. Then money and inflation and all of this shit is all just one big sham.
No, but I think all of it's
which it is, right?
The thing is, the one thing the only thing is that I think with the Epstein stuff, I don't think Donald or Elon would be involved if they've been so vocal about releasing it. Like I would be like, I don't know. I would, like, if it was me and I was like, oh fuck, I knew I went there, I would be like, yeah, we'll see. I would go like, who Epstein, who? Oh, I don't. Listen, question from that person. That's what I would fucking do. But I mean, Elon's been fucking vocal about that shit. Maybe he's jealous he didn't get in there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Oh, wait, so, someone asked a question earlier. I think it was... Was it Alvin asked the question? No, it was... Who asked the question?
About the street.
Casper asked us... Yeah, about the street. Because I remember someone else brought that up, and I actually have a little video prepped for that as well. Thanks to Don. Actually, Don sent me the video. So everybody knows about the whole Santon thing. They want to change the street name, blah, 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 blah.
Is this the same street that is the U.S. embassies on it?
That's
the whole vibe. So
I mean, I haven't really been following it, but like, I just want to get the gist of it. Is we're gonna change it because the dude got kicked out of the ambassador got kicked out of the USA? Is that why?
No.
Well,
it's
a bit deeper than that. Yeah.
It's quite funny.
If only it was that.
If only it was just that. But let me share the screen. Article. It was basically, so they wanted to obviously they want to change the street name. And who is it? Joel Pollak, the guy who's said to be the ambassador for South Africa. I think he's in the running or some shit. They want to change the name to some Palestinian. I don't know who it is. What they want to change it? Leah Khalid. I don't know who the fuck that is. Who is this? Who's Leah Khalid?
Isn't she like some sort of terrorist?
It sounds like a terroristic name.
You're correct.
Am I correct?
Yes, political Palestinian.
You're 100% correct.
There we go. Spot on. So they want to change the name, right? And apparently, Joel Pollak, the front runner to be the United States ambassador to South Africa, he went, listen, if you guys fucking do this shit, we are closing this bitch down, right? So the thing is, you fucked America, like you fucked around with America enough now, bro. Maybe it's time to stop. Like really, it's time to stop. But you know what I found out? I found out the reason, and I think Don, you actually sent me this. The reason they want to change the name. Let me play this to you. You're like, are you literally like fall off your face? This is why they want to change.
We must working together ensure that campaign of the city of Johannesburg of renaming Santon Drive into Leila Khalid happens in our lifetime. It has to happen because we want the United States of America's embassy to change their letterheads. When they have their letterheads, they must say United States of America, number 1, Leila Khalid Drive in Johannesburg, in Gauteng, because we are sending a message. They cannot dominate us and tell us what to do. It must be in their face. It must be in their computers. It must be in their letterheads. We have to do that, and we must get our young people, our students. We must take them, Comrade Dada. We must have tours, Comrade Chris. Take our youth, take our students to that Santon Drive and explain why we want to rename that street. Because
I'm getting a heart attack just trying to follow the fucking conversation.
When they change their streets to Solomon Mahlangu, when they change their streets to Nelson Mandela, when they change
But I mean, it's absolutely insanity. This is the pettiness. I mean, this is insane. You want to change it just to fuck them off. That's the only reason you want to. So, but I mean, obviously, this video isn't from now. This happened, I think, in October last year. But I mean, that's the pettiness.
But there again, this comes back to they always tell you.
Yeah, no, they do. They tell you what their intentions are.
They always tell you.
And it's like going like, do you really want to fuck off America? Like why? Like just why? Like what is it in you that you just need to poke the bear? It's going to bite you.
Well,
no, don't give a fuck.
Well, what you're right. What is it? Why are they poking the bear? If you look at our other, partners like China and Russia, who all like poking that bear, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't see China poking the bear like poking the bear. It's like China's like, okay, well, we like their IQ. The IQ in China is pretty high. It's like 120. I mean, math geniuses and stuff. They're going like, they've done the calculation, they've done the quantum math on it, and they went, listen, we're not going to fuck around and find out. Let's just wait for that administration to be over, and then we'll fuck around after that. They fuck around. They fuck around with thought.
But this country could just be a pawn in something else that's happening. Is my point. You know what I mean? Like,
no, true.
And and that is part of the problem.
Yeah,
is our leaders are captured, basically.
No, they are captured. I mean, the thing is, listen, like I not for 1 second do I doubt that they got the money when Luthuli House was fucking out and people weren't. They got money from where?
They took it from the terrorists.
They took it from Iran. They took the money from Iran, and now, aren't they striking?
I've always liked the name Iran. I don't know why. It's got a cool name. It's kind of like iron, but it's not. It's
Iran. Like I'm running with a bomb. I don't know.
Iran.
I'm running for Iran from America's bombs. This is the fuck up.
America
is also
Iran because they were chasing me. Because I was
gay. This is also the fuck up. America's also gone around the world fucking causing havoc. Shitting in people's backyards, pissing on people's heads.
But that's the thing.
Well, there's no point in pretending it has happened. And they've done it covertly. They've done it covertly, but it all always comes out in the wash.
You know what I mean? Great idea. I'm gonna start like a new live stream channel, and I'm gonna get like
not have us on it.
Yeah, not have you guys on. I'm gonna get 2 like local guys, and employ them. Like the guys that there's. I see these 2 guys that big on the street. I'm gonna get them and I pay them a salary. And I was thinking I'm gonna call the show "Cotton Pickers" with a question mark.
Fuck, bro.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then and I will see if everyone's okay with that. Like the amount of money they're gonna spend on just changing this name.
Bro, it's insanity, man.
We're just complaining about the fucking budget. I mean, VAT,
and like they don't have the money to change it.
But like, the fucking fact that you're thinking about it just shows me how retarded these people are actually. Fuck.
Well, when I was watching that clip and listening to
Matthew, sorry, I'm reading Matthew's comment. Yeah, Matthew, I'll have you on the show. Sorry, Don, you were saying.
Yeah, I
didn't have control. Mork hasn't given me control of anything.
When I was watching that clip, it was very angry, right? It was very like fighting against, like, you're not going to bully us, you're not going to tell us what to do, blah blah blah. They see the West as the white man. You know what I mean? Like, and the West portrays itself currently as the white man. And I'm not condoning the things being said or whatever, but there's still this element that has never been solved from the past, right? And I think that is part of the problem. There's just such a massive cultural gap between what people want to happen and what's happening. Like, and anyways, that depressed me, and now I'm gonna kill myself. It's just that thought of how massive this problem is, right?
No, but I mean, but
if you think how difficult it is to solve.
Yeah, I mean, it is a difficult thing to solve, but like I also see that they keep reminding you of it. It's a thing that it's just every time, and I mean, I said to Mark, like, I think it was 2 days ago or yesterday. I just said to him, I'm so tired of and X as well. Like, I love X, but the last couple of, like, I don't know, months or so, it's race driven over and over and over again, and it's just a continuous reminder of this.
Well, it's because Trump came into office.
Yeah, but even like just like
when it happened.
Yeah. And it's just like this continuous thing. But even in South Africa, it's just this, it's all the time. And like you said something earlier on, I agree with you. There's the online group, and then your general population, the people that you run in town, like you run into the city, run into someone, they're not like that.
Exactly.
They're completely different.
I'm not going to kill myself. You talked me off the ledge.
Glad.
Nice one. Hey, your brother.
No, but
Hey,
like,
you're a legend.
I mean,
Thanks. I
I
feel
work
much
with
more
a couple
calm.
of guys, and like we were just having a bit of a chat. Like we'll joke around with each other. And he tunes me. He goes, Sean, all I want is I just want some land. I want to be able to have a good job, support my family. And like I sat there and I was like, if you end of the day, that is technically what every person wants. I want to be able to afford a couple of nice things. I want to be able to. I don't need to have a fucking sports car. I just want a fucking car that works. And I just want to live my life.
Just public transportation that works.
Yeah.
So like there. Yeah.
No, go for it.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
But I think that's what the general populace wants. Like, and you've got these people that are in power that want to keep everyone divided over and over again. And that's why they keep indoctrinating us. They don't want unity.
Yeah, there's too much to lose for them because they want those sports cars and nice houses and stays in hotels around the world, and their kids get to go to all sorts of university, and they can move money around and hide it in their couch, and so on and so forth. Like, I'm at this place in my life where I think that all mega rich people are criminals to some degree. It's like it's a weird way of thinking about it. I'm not saying some people haven't earned their wealth. You know what I mean? Like, but if money is this massive divider through capitalism, and if money is just being printed on computers, then there's more than enough for everybody, right?
Yeah, but the thing is also, I think money isn't finite, right? Like you can make money, everywhere. But what you were saying earlier on, I was like the whole point of like, imagine you're the government. Like imagine people going, if the government had come along and go like, okay, cool, well we're gonna give you land. We're going, oh, okay, well, cool. I want the land. Give me the land. Cool. Well, we have to take it from them because they stole it from you. They stole it from you? Are you sure? No. They stole it hundreds of years ago. It was stolen from you. It's actually yours. Oh, okay, cool. Well, listen, then like they must give it back. Then it's like they're just telling them and people believing this. It's like that's just not how the world works.
Yeah, for sure. I'm being idealistic. When I think about this stuff, I always become idealistic in a way because I just want people to have exactly what you were saying, Sean, security.
Yeah. No, everybody wants security.
And like your basic human rights should just be safety and shelter and some food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you pay that off or work it out or whatever, but we build bombs and fucking blow people up. There's the threat of nuclear war. And you know what? Like, it's an intense thing to have to think about. I understand that American culture, part of why they're so fucked up is because the Cold War drilled like this generation of people. And Trump is from that generation and before even. Is even before that shit. Like, he's puss old. Why are old cunts running the world?
I think the reason for that is because the younger generation are too much of a bunch of pussies.
Oh, so they're too idealistic, like you were saying. I mean, like imagine, like,
that's me. That's me. Yeah. So I can't say because I've done fuck all. I haven't helped fucking none of this shit. Okay, the one thing I have done is I haven't contributed to the information overload on the internet. I don't like write articles and put it up there and post stuff and things that I know nothing about that I could also be wrong about, but are spread into the ether of the world. And then other people think, oh, this sounds right. I like this. This is kind of what I was thinking too. It must be right. You know what I mean? Because people do that.
No, of course, we're doing it right now.
Exactly.
We're doing it to a degree, but we're going, listen, we're asking the question. We're having the conversation. I think that's what people should just do more. Have a conversation. The thing is, this is what I do. I like this whole vibe of echo chambers. I rarely watch stuff from like people who have the same ideological view as me. And if I had to break down my ideological view, I wouldn't consider myself right-wing. I'm probably more... I'm like narco-capitalist. I want like limited government. I want the Wild West. I don't want to be fucking told what I can do, what I can't do. I don't want regulation on, like, I want the minimal of it, the least amount of interference. If you want to do something, no one should be able to stop you. There shouldn't be. I don't want fucking sugar tax on Coca-Cola. If that guy wants to drink if he wants to drink bags of sugar mixed with water, let him. Don't tax him on it. Like, fuck off. I don't like people should be allowed to be fat and do whatever they fucking want to. The government should come in and go, okay, cool. Well,
we need less
signed
government.
A contract. That we do. But that's the opposite of what like 90% of the South Africans, they want more government. The ANC is all about more government. They want like more regulation, more stuff, because then
it all leads back to destroying the education system.
Yeah, but not just that. If you look at your general public as well, and not to generalize here, but most of them like shit being done for them.
That's definitely me. I'm in. Where do I vote? Give me the stuff. Fuck yeah. Give me that fucking stuff. That's what I want. I want the stuff. I also want a Range Rover. Give me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's the most unreliable fucking car in the world. Even brand new, they fuck out. So, I mean, they have a rating. A Range Rover. They're the fucking terrible. They're cool. I just till it breaks down on the freeway and it's fucking only got like a couple of 100 kilometers on the clock.
But I mean, if you could afford a Range Rover, you don't have a problem breaking down the freeway, because you're gonna have that whole service that comes and picks your car up with the fucking butler and all that whole shit. But I mean,
you're acting poor just getting a Range Rover. Real rich people would be bothered about the inconvenience of having to wait for the truck. But if you're really rich, you'll have 2 Range Rovers. No, but if you're really rich, you'll have 2 Range Rovers following you from behind with blue lights, who will just stop and pick you up from the broken one and then keep you moving.
There we go.
That's how the really rich roll.
But that's also like, when I think about it, I was like, I've never in my life, I think when I was younger, I was like, okay, cool. When I'm rich, I'm going to have I would like a Ferrari. Now I'm like, I don't want to fucking drive. If I get rich, I'm not driving. You are fucking mad. I will be driven. I'll drive you around. Cool, we're going there. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Kev. Listen, if I get super rich, I'll just pay you, and then whenever I want to go somewhere,
rich off your tour coin, or your Trump coin.
I think we should just check out the chat. The chat's been quite hectic.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, but now we also now it's going back. Nicholas Grove said Cyril Ramaphosa allegedly got some other Sudanese bloke. Okay. The Ackerland boerdery. All right. So money from Sudanese. And Belleville Pitt says you don't. Yeah, I often. Why is it so small when I make it big? I don't often see that in real life either. However, some disagreement breaks out on issues, and thinking shows itself. Yeah, no, true. You don't see the side of the type of stuff that happens. The only place I actually ever see that happen is protest, or at universities and schools, where you'll have arguments of people, the type of stuff that you see Charlie Kirk do, and Stephen Crowder when they go to colleges and they speak to people. That's the only time where real life has these outbreaks of shit like that, or it's you see it in Parliament outside of it.
Yeah, but he brings up an interesting point, because if you have to spend time in those circles and try and discuss your ideas, if your ideas are met with hostility over time, then it will become hostile, right? It's up to, but it is up to people to get to know each other, and I think that's part of the greater issue in the world, is that technology has led us to know each other less. We know more, but we know people less.
Yeah, because we're not going out, because you're communicating, sitting down with someone, and there's that aspect of seeing the way they act, or you say something and they cringe a little bit. It's those little things, you don't see that. You're getting a thought out piece. You say something and they've said this, and then you reply. It's you don't know. There's not actual conversation happening. It's and with chat GDP and shit you even know if you're actually talking to the person. I mean, also what he brought up this thing, the biggest nuclear war is probably the number one threat at the moment. I mean, I think possibly, hey.
Yeah, I think so. In terms of when it comes to war, World War III is on the table. And Trump said, oh, he's against war, whatever. But unfortunately, there's conflict in the world.
Yeah. But I mean,
for sure.
He doesn't even have to be. If someone else could,
but you can be against war, but the war sucks you in.
There we go. Like, what is he going to do if they go? What if Russia goes, listen, we're launching a nuclear missile? What is he going to go like? Listen, no, don't do it. Like, you're going to have to retaliate.
Well, what if he does? But what if he does it first? What if he does it first?
I mean, I don't see that in his character, right? Like, you can say anything you want about like Trump. This is the thing. Like, I've seen enough videos of him where he's just like a normal guy, like The Apprentice. We have years of footage of seeing how he acts. Like, reality TV is like it's silly, but at the same time, you can see sort of an angle of a person. Like the weird things that he does, where it's like he's having something and then he meets the way he acts with children, and there's some random person, he just wants to help them, and like, okay, cool, I'm gonna hire you. It's that type of shit. And you're going, and the guy that's going on like he doesn't want to go to war is like a warmonger. It's like it's always like the opposite. Like he says he doesn't want to go to war. The other people going, they want to go to war. It's like
I agree in some senses, because he's not a career politician, and career politicians, all the American presidents all ran on, anti-war, cutting the budget, creating employment, building the economy, going to Miami, snorting some coke, getting that cash, flying to Maui, getting some strippers, losing my laptop, getting my dad in trouble. Thank God my dad's like fucking geriatric, so he doesn't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? Now I'm in South Africa. Dude, do you know he's here?
Yeah, I heard he's literally here, like just living the dream. Fucking security details.
If I was his tour guide, I would be fired. I would have been fired on the first day. I would have had so many questions.
Matthew, Hunter Biden is in. He's in Cape Town, right? Yeah, as far as we know, he's in Cape Town. And apparently, there was a vibe that they pulled his security detail, or pulled part of it, but I mean, like, shame. I wonder if the cocaine's the same, like as good as the stuff he had in the White House.
Grasshopper's got a very good point there. We need to come back to it. But I think the cocaine would probably be pretty good. I mean, I would hope so. Can't be that shit that I used to get.
What does Grasshopper say? No, nuclear war is redundant. We have an I can't read it.
We have intercontinental weapons. You want me to read it for you?
Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, because it's my screen.
Host, yeah.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
No! Exclamation mark. Nuclear war is redundant. We now have intercontinental weapons that can hit their target within 2 meters. Point. They only use nukes to fearmonger. And what he's saying is quite interesting. Yeah. And the data supports what he's saying. The data supports what he's saying, because the technology always gets deployed in military first.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can. What is that? You can you can blow up cell phones, right? But the thing with the nuclear thing is, and this is going back to the whole vibe of like the World Economic Forum. This is like the whole vibe of like, think of the people, like the rich. Like if we had to go to the whole vibe of there's certain people that, like the richest of the rich, that control the world, right? The benefit is to them. Nuclear war means what? Okay, well, we can what if we bomb New York? 200 years from now, this is like the way the Chinese think. They think in generations, right? They go, okay, cool, we'll bomb it now. In 50 years from now, you can't do much, but then we're gonna have to rebuild, or we'd like just bomb it to shit, and then we can own all the property. That's the other angle that I'm thinking of. If you wanted to go down the route, I don't think they would. Like, I don't think Putin would actually fucking launch a nuclear missile, and I don't think Trump would. I don't think either of the two. I mean, yeah, Putin is a fucking dictator, dodgy dude, but I don't think he'd actually.
I don't think I'd live in a world where a guy would act as a president on TV and then be the president, and then have a guy who's a TV, that's Zelensky.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then have a guy who was a fucking reality TV show host, and also a businessman and all these other things, blah, 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 blah. He got money from his dad, blah, blah, blah. Lost money, was always in their casino, whatever. But that they would be president in the, like...
No.
I mean, Cyril I still kind of get. Like, actually, I don't actually get that.
No, I think no, dude. Cyril is Korea.
Propped up by the rich. Yeah, propped up by the rich.
They're propped up by the rich. But the thing is, this, I was having a conversation with somebody on X the other day, going about
free.
The whole vibe of like, what was the thing? Like the ANC. The ANC wrote the what do you call it? The Black Economic Empowerment laws. They put that into place specifically so that they could get into ownership of companies. I mean, look at fucking Cyril. Cyril's the classic example of everybody in the ANC. He benefited the most from BE. He literally was the
McDonald's
one.
Every single and the middle class before he eroded it. Before he eroded the middle class, he sold them his McDonald's.
There we go, dude. I mean, that guy, he's the poster boy for the ANC's Black Economic Empowerment. He's the only one that got rich off of it, and a couple of others.
But in his mind, he's still not a USD billionaire. He's just a Rand billionaire. So there's a lot.
He's a taxpayer
to
billionaire.
Strive for.
He's a Rand taxpayer billionaire. That's why he's fucking rich. I mean,
I mean, let's just consider capitalism in that sense.
Yeah.
If we tax the really wealthy just that much more, in a way.
Well, I mean,
capitalism feeds one of the worst traits in humanity, and that is greed. It genuinely does. It's a byproduct of capitalism at work. Maybe not capitalism as the theory.
Yeah.
But at work, the problem is people are involved. And that is where it all fucking goes pear-shaped.
But the thing is, this is the thing, though. People are greedy. So, like, I mean, I don't think capitalism...
That's what I'm talking about.
But, I mean, people by nature are greedy, and capitalism accounts for that, right? So, like, but, like, the same greedy people are also in communism. You're going to have fuckloads of greedy people. Every single fascism, there's going to be greedy people. Socialism, there's going to be greedy people.
100%. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true.
The thing is, like, to me, it's like just because you can do something for profit, it's like, what's the alternative? You know, like, if I have this cup and I bought it and I made it and I'm going to give it to you, I'm not going to give it to you for cost price. It's like, why would I sell it to you then? It's like, we want to go back to trade.
I'll tell you a friend. Why would you not give it to me at cost, you cunt? Yes, you see.
No, fuck you.
Darth, shame. Darth has had to deal with this shit his whole life. I feel for him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
fucking nightmare.
Oh no, I'm not giving it to your cost. Capitalism. I'm not greedy.
Yeah.
No, but I see what you're saying. And I was kind of just tagging it on capitalism there.
I mean,
which was silly, but greed is the point. Access to
greed is the point. Like, I think, I just think it's like we go, like, a lot of times we go, like, I mean, no country, no society is completely capitalist. They have obviously parts of it. They're part communist. They're part, like, socialist. They're part capitalist, right? Like, the reason China is considered a communist country, but, like, the only reason that they're wealthy is because of capitalism. It's not because of communism. Like, they went, okay, cool. Well, like, I'll find.
Mork is an extremist. Side. I agree.
Matthew.
Our financial side.
Oh, sorry. Their financial side is 100% capitalist, right? But it's like the only way communism is going to survive, or socialism, is to bank on fucking capitalism, right? I mean, there's certain things I want the government to do, but this doesn't fall on capitalism, right? This is supposed to fall on government. The same thing with the police. For example, the police is supposed to keep everybody in check. The government's supposed to go, okay, what are they supposed to do? I want the government to enforce contracts, and when people break contracts, to enforce that. I want, when people break the law, these are the rules, and the government's the one that's going to go, okay, cool, well, these are the rules, you broke them rules. And that's
who gets to set those rules?
That it should be constitutionally based, right? That's why, like, because we're a constitutional republic. So we've got, like, human rights, property rights. I think to me, again, like, property rights is, I think human rights are, from my point of view, human rights are based on the fundamental of property rights. I own myself. So then, my property, this is mine. You can't fucking have it. That's my human right. The right to say what the fuck I want to. I mean, I would be an extremist in that sense as well. I want people to be able to say whatever they want to. It comes down to doing it, right? I would even consider hate. Hate. I don't believe there's anything like hate speech. The only thing is like incitement. I would go, okay, cool. That's the only caveat I have with this whole free speech concept. Is going, okay, cool. Well, I can't sit here and go like, okay, cool. We should, I want somebody to go out and, do something mean to Cyril. Like, I think that's like, okay, cool. And then when it happens, then you have to bear kind of part of the responsibility of that. But I mean, this horseshit where they have like, well, I said something and now somebody's gone and done something. Like, I never told them to do that. Oh, but you're responsible. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, but okay, I hear you.
If I made a joke about
that to people with real influence, like Julius Malema, and you know what I mean?
No, but and this is my thing. Even with Julius, I would make the argument and go, he should be able to sing the fucking song if he wants to. I don't think, but the reason there's an issue with this is okay, well, it's not like I can't sing a song about shooting the EFF, right? Oh, that's hate speech. I'm going, well, hold on, it's my struggle song. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just remove the rules completely. You can't have it one way. Like, hate speech is absolute horseshit. Like, if he wants to sing the song, cool, sing the song. But if there's consequences, and that's the thing, we're treading on the line of like, that's incitement to violence. It's not like
we should just get AI to make us a song like that. That would be quick.
We go. We should get Sumo or something.
I'll do it now, and then we can play it on the show. We'll use the technology against itself. No copyright issues there.
Yeah, we can do what we want to.
Oh wait, the bots will get paid. The bots will. The bot who wrote it will strike your pay.
Let's just go through some of the comments. We've got Debbie Moray. She goes, "Did you guys watch Adolescence on Netflix?" Actually, I wanted to comment on this. So,
God.
No. Have you heard? Like, so, do you see the trailer for Adolescence?
Yeah.
It's like, but you know what? I didn't know. Apparently, the show is based on an actual happening. But what Netflix did was what. However, what Netflix did was they race swapped it. No, they race swapped it.
It was originally a black kid, and now he's a white kid.
Yeah, so the story is now based. It's roughly based Netflix based.
Just while we're at this, obviously the whole Harry Potter series, they've made Snape black.
Lord,
no. How awkward is that scene gonna be where he has the flashback, and it's Harry's uncle and his dad
father
picking on Snape?
Oh yeah,
wouldn't that
hanging
be like
down.
a hate crime?
That's going to be a hate crime, yeah.
Right? Just pointing it out, just throwing it out there. So think of that.
White people on the dance floor, the rest of the world are like, fuck white people. They're terrible. Elon better get us to Mars.
But why? I don't. Okay, like you brought it up. Why in the fuck do we want to go to Mars? What's on Mars? There's no fucking water.
Why does he want to go to Mars?
You know what we'd rather do? Build a fucking rocket and go see what's underwater. Like, go find like 90% build a rocket, a water rocket. If you could build such stuff, build stuff that can go around, like underwater. I want to see more of what the fuck is underwater.
It's a new thing. I mean, this is fucking funny, a water rocket.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he should go there himself. Because we don't want to lose Elon to like a bunch of billionaires popping underwater.
I see what you're doing here because that whole. I'm actually not going to say it.
No, say it.
I've reached my racist jokes for tonight.
Oh, okay. There's no cotton underwater.
No, I was also going to say that swimming lessons and all of that.
Oh my god, dude! Fucking demonetized. What's Matthew? Suck my balls, Matthew.
What's
More IQ showing. What did I say? That was like, no, fuck my IQ showing.
A rocket can't work underwater. It's got to be a submarine.
No, I know, but I was being specifically I'm saying it specifically like that, like build an underwater rocket. Maybe the Elon will understand.
Like,
if I told Elon, listen, hey, Elon, build a submarine. He's like, no, I don't build submarines. I can build rockets. Okay, build an underwater rocket. And Elon like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do that. But what the fuck is
Let me get the magic money computers to make me some cash for that.
Yeah, I want some of those.
Because let's be honest, I mean, Elon makes money off his government too.
No,
you know, and that is also why people are pissed off in America. We're in a state of oligarchiness when it comes to leaders around the world. All leaders around the world, they're all living it up.
I don't think the people in America that are fucking keying cars and burning Tesla are upset because of that. Like, I think they're annoyed because, I mean, he's not stealing money from the government. He's basically going, I'm showing you government corruption. He's opening the fuck up and just going, this is what they're stealing. And you know what looks bad? It's like, I think it's maybe more the Democrats because they've kind of been in power longer than the Republicans. So it kind of
they don't want to go to jail,
No, of course, but by default, it's going to happen like that.
I think
they've been running the country longer. Obama, you had fucking, like, dude, guys, what the fuck did they do to Ukraine?
That is true. Like, we're living in a situation where you've got career politician criminals now no longer in power, and you have a business criminal in power. You know, probably two of them.
Well, I mean, like,
I'm just saying there must have been a couple of shady deals there somewhere.
No, 100%. I mean, like, listen. No, like, listen. I think Elon's Tesla and what's his rocket company's fucking name?
But you are at Elon's stand.
No, wait, but hold on. Like, Elon, the whole Tesla and what's SpaceX. No, but Tesla and SpaceX, the only reason that company is rich is because it's got government funding. They were subsidized by the government but again, it's that argument that, like, remember when Trump ran against Hillary? Yeah, but remember that argument Trump made when he was running against Hillary, and he goes like, well, I'm just using the tax laws that you guys fucking wrote. He put together a business plan. He went, okay, cool. Oh, the government's going to give subsidies to people who do electric vehicles. I'm going to start an electric vehicle company. Here we go. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, it's like, bro, he's just doing business smart. It's like the government's the one that should be.
For sure.
This is what I was saying earlier. They're the ones that go like, wait, hold on. We probably shouldn't have written this fucking stupid law.
But that's my point.
You know, but yes, I do agree. I think there was a totally shady deals. You don't become a billionaire. I mean, what is he? He's a fucking trillionaire. You don't become a trillionaire not making some shady deals here and there, fucking someone over.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I totally agree with you.
The bottom line with the American stuff is the proof is going to be in the pudding, right?
Yeah.
And it's only been 3 months, and I feel like it's been 10 years sometimes.
Yeah.
Because our country is being dragged into it. So the world is on course to one massive argument.
Yeah.
It seems. Or it feels like.
It does, yeah. It seems, and it does feel like it. You're right.
And the only way we're going to solve it is by this podcast on the internet, and people should subscribe and like, do the thing. You know what I mean?
You heard it. I'm going to quote you. I'm going to quote you. Don said that the only way for society to fucking just win is to watch this fucking show.
No, we're gonna solve it one Coke Zero at a time.
Listen, I've just thought of like how to solve world hunger, but I'm not going to share it with you guys. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to burn it.
Oh.
No, but the thing is, I want to just make one point on what you were saying. It's like, I didn't mind when business people do it, right? Because it's like, that's business, right? The issue I have is when government do it, right? Like Elon went along, he sold his thing, people fucking willingly paid money for his fucking car. People willingly paid the subscription fee to be on X. The fucking difference is the government going like, well, here's a fucking gun. You give me your shit right now. I'm going, okay. And then that's where I have the issue. Fuck the government. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
fair enough. But I agree with you. I'm super anti-government. I'm anti all fucking government.
Totally, 100%. Like even a better government with Trump, I'm like still against the government. I'm going like, but this is the first time in my lifetime where I've seen this shit go down. Where it's going, oh no, we're going.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Yeah, same.
It's like I'm going like, how is this a bad thing? It's like you guys, every single fucking president has, and every single country is going, we're going to cut government waste. We're going, this is the first time it's happening, and all of a sudden, one side's going, oh no, this is terrible. I'm going, wait a fucking second, and you're going, oh, he's literally Hitler. I'm like, oh, I think the IQ dropped by maybe 20 or 30 points in the States with some people that like have gone there. I mean, there's a lot of people, fucking like what Mark Hamill, famous people. They're absolutely unhinged. They're fucking crazy. We all want to find. I need to find that right now, Debbie. I need inner calm now. I'm okay. I'm inner calm. But now Matthew's going to say something. Matthew's going to fucking say something, isn't he? And it's going to piss me off. I'm kidding.
It's still early. Give him some time.
So okay, fucking politics. I've had enough of politics. Out. God, I'm so over. What are you guys doing for the long weekend? Fuck, it's long weekend. Tomorrow's holiday. Doing something fun?
You have to cut the fucking grass.
You're gonna cut the grass for the holiday?
Yeah, I got work to do. I got shit to do. Life doesn't stop because it's a public holiday.
I also need to cut fucking grass. I'm just not in the mood.
See, there we go.
Well, listen, I can't. It's raining tomorrow. There we go. Fuck that shit.
See, it's not raining by me, so I have to do
it. Don, you know who gives me great shit to watch? Great content.
I'm working.
Are you working? But I mean, wait, but like
I'm working. Yeah, but I love my job. So it's all good. So it's all cool.
Yeah. I mean, I love my job too. But Don, like, obviously, the last few minutes we always talk about entertainment. But Don has different entertainment. We like series and movies. Don likes podcasts and interesting shit like the one we're making right now. But what would you recommend for anybody to watch that you've watched recently, Don?
Sure. All right.
Folio? What's
on a local level?
I would anything cool
say, let me just have a look. Yeah, let me just have a look here quick. There's that sort of little video vibe of Sivam Geni going to Aranya, which I found quite interesting. Just for a local little thing. What's the podcast called? Let me just check here.
Oh, it's just like looks like
it's called Wide Awake Podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw clips of it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. But if you watch the whole thing, it's quite interesting.
But that's the same dude that's
in context of what's happening today.
Yeah, but that Steven dude is that the same guy that's the guy that got into a fucking argument with the Kifness now, like recently?
Yeah, for sure. It's an argument, man. It's the nature of the game.
He was being a prat. He was like, "Oh, we cancel the Kifness." I mean, fuck you. Like, just my god.
Yeah, canceling is not really a thing anymore.
It's not his podcast.
I mean, it is, but
I'm not gonna fucking cancel him.
Cancel him. What I noticed about people getting cancelled in that culture was that people would get cancelled and then they would come back bigger than ever and put their stuff behind a paywall and get even more rich. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Get rich if they weren't rich. Like it almost at times could have been a strategy. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if that's still a thing or is it? Can you get cancelled on Twitter and how long does it last?
I don't think you can.
Sponsors pull out. But there's always going to be people to rally behind you and be like, no, but I agree with what this guy's saying. And you know what? I'm going to give him my money instead of the corporation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, totally.
But that's part of the world we live in now. It's style.
But you know who can't do that? I don't think.
What I don't think.
I don't think like the Epstein client list. I mean, like once we find that out, I don't think there's anything they're going to go like, we're going to fix this. We're going, no.
Here's the thing about that list, right?
Yeah.
Is there's no ways, because Trump said it himself. In an interview, they said to him, "Would you release the JFK files?" And he was like, "Yes, I will." Then they were like, "Would you release?" Fuck, I can't even remember what the UFO stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yes, definitely."
Yeah.
And then
this is his Joe Rogan interview.
Would you release? No. This was on I think it was on like Fox or whatever. And then they were like, "Would you release the Jeffrey Epstein files?" And he's like, "Yes, I would." And then he's like, but not so much. Maybe not so much, because there's a lot of lies in those documents and stuff. He didn't say the word document, but it was just like there was a lot of people caught up in that, and stuff could be lies, sort of thing.
No, 100%.
But there again, they're telling you. He's telling you. He's going,
no, exactly.
No. I'm gonna try and keep that hidden away for the next 60 years as well, like they kept the JFK one.
But the thing is, I've always thought of it in this sense, right? Like I'm going, like imagine, like try and rationalize it, like put it into like an example. Imagine I was Jeffrey Epstein, and I told you, listen, like no, just for a second, imagine I'm Jeffrey Epstein. I'm gonna go like, listen, bro, don't you want to come over to my don't you want to come over to my island this week, and I'm gonna have a party, and then like bring a friend along, and then you bring Darth Sean along. And then, like, you guys come hang out for the weekend and have fun. We're just like,
Well, I was just in this hypothetical. Do I know there's going to be kids there?
No, you don't know anything. You don't. This is not the beginning. I'm not.
It's like a little like a kick-ass surprise for me when I get there.
Yeah, it's okay. No, like you're. I mean, you're like a movie star. Your entry, like you're just beginning in your career, and the thing you met me like at a fucking event. Yeah, you met me at an event, and we were just chatting, and it was a friendly thing, and then. Somehow I see you again. I'm going, listen, give me your number. And I phone you, text you, and go, listen, dude, I'm having a party. There's like, 100 people coming. Do you want to come over? Listen, you fly on my plane. I'll wear you in New York. Cool. I'll pick you up and bring a friend or two. We're just going to hang out. It's going to be a fun time. You're going to fuck, bro. Free flight, private jet, fucking island weekend. Done. You're in, right? Cool. You bring Darth Sean with. Like, it's a kiff vibe. Like, we hang out. Then you go home. Nothing fucking happened. Nothing happened, right? Okay, cool. So a couple of months later, I phone you up, Don Fuli, and I'm like, listen, dude, that buddy you brought with? Like, can't you give me his number? Like, I've got this investment thing. I want to ask him about it. Maybe he wants to buy in. And you're like, yeah, sure. Give me his number. Like, I phoned Darth Sean, and I'm like, hey, listen, dude, like, hey, Jeffrey, what's up? It's fucking so good to see you. Bloody, blah. And I'm like, hello, bro. Like, I've got this investment thing. You're like, nah, dude. I'm like, I'm strapped for cash at the moment. I don't really have money. Maybe you've got investment. You can't really take it out of that. I'm like, listen, by the way, that like chicks you were talking to, they're 14. Maybe make a plan. Now you're like, oh, fuck, but I didn't do anything. But you were there. That's the thing where I'm going like, okay, cool. If we had to get that list tomorrow and we just go like, these are the people, they were there. This guy spent a weekend there. You're going to go, oh, fuck me. The thing is, I want details. If the list gets released, I want details on it. Like, listen, no, but think about this. It's the media is going to go, oh, every single person on that list is going to get fucked. Whether they did nothing or they did something.
Yeah, but you have to take the people on those lists and see how they're connected to the world of business, to the world of finance, to the world of moving money around, to the world of moving guns around. You leaving out the Mossad connection. I know YouTube doesn't like the word Jews, but and people can say conspiracy if they would like to or not, but the fact is all of those people had met and rolled in similar social circles.
But it's not a conspiracy because
the whole operation, it's real. The whole operation collected compromise on specific people with influence and power in the American government. Bill Clinton, in a painting, in a blue dress, sitting on a chair the size of a wall. I mean, you must be pretty cocky,
dude,
to make that. Or or Bill Clinton's got to be pretty open-minded to accept that type of humor. You know what I mean? I wonder why.
Dude, all of it's fucking whack. All of it is whack. This is why I want to know. But the problem is now, will they do the same thing?
But you follow the money.
But will they do the same thing that they just did with the JFK, where it's like this insane dump of stuff? Like, now just go with it. Like, okay, cool. But like, who is actually guilty? Who paid for? Like, we want the stuff in the court.
But here's the thing. But there are people out there who are going to disseminate all of that information and put it together in a more sort of palatable TikTok form. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and then people will like become more informed or still want to believe whatever they want to believe. You know what I mean? But the Epstein thing, the reason that is going to stay sealed for the most part is because the people in power currently are just as close as the other side. That is just the bottom line.
But that's
if you want to break it back down to what you said earlier about left and right, when it comes to the Epstein thing itself, there's just
both
too many left and too many right. Whether it's Trump or this, or that, whatever, whoever it is, however it is.
But I mean, put yourself in Trump's position, right? And this make it like rationalize it into like a example. If you were Trump and it was okay, cool, Epstein is, I'm one of the guys who went there. I'm on your, say I'm your best, one of your good friends, I'm one of your biggest donors. Now you're gonna go, fuck, you know, like, oh, should I release this? Like this guy I know, I'm quite a good friends with. I've found out, went through the FBI. He didn't really do stuff, but he did get a massage from this young chick, or whatever the fuck it is. Now you're going to go, yeah, releasing this list is going to ruin a bunch of people's lives that maybe weren't specifically on there. Or it's like, or it could be just nepotism. Like, not nepotism in the sense of going, yeah, I kind of like this person. He's not that much of a bad guy, but he's going to get fucked. Or like the people in his party, the people in the Republican side are going, oh, this guy, this guy's there. I think if they'd release it and going, or he'd go, maybe that if you do it, they're going to fucking kill you. Maybe that's the other side. I'm going like, if you had that, would you release it, knowing you would fucking die?
Yeah, I mean, why the fuck not? Like the thing here is Donald Trump doesn't want to die because he wants to stay the president, right? And so that's all I'm trying to say, is that we're not going to get anything other than what we've already got. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe,
dude, it's quite funny. Back then, when I was following it, I downloaded this like address book, and one of the addresses and the name and the telephone number was for a house in Fresno. A Jewish guy in Fresno. It had a cell phone number. No, it had a cell phone number which I tried to call, and it didn't work anymore. And I've always found that quite interesting, like how far the tentacles of these things stretch.
Don't for one second think they aren't like there are influential people. Yeah, totally. Totally. Okay, man. So that's a good. Wow, what a tangent we went on there. That's a good part. We'll definitely watch the set. No, but this is the fun part about this show. We could go on a tangent. And Darth Sean, anything you're watching? What go for
The Residence.
The Residence? What the fuck is that?
It's on Netflix. It's about like there's like a murder in the White House, and there's some sort of like, you know, strong woman detective that takes charge.
You lost me at strong woman detective.
It's not that bad actually. It's a little woke, but yeah.
Bro, this looks like this looks woke all the way day.
The joys of Netflix.
Yeah,
this looks woke as woke.
You know what? I'm watching on Netflix.
I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Why not?
She's actually really good. Like I like her character. Like very like.
Okay.
No, there is wokeness in it. Don't get me wrong. It's not like you're going to be able to watch a show without wokeness in it.
Subtle wokeness.
Some subtle, some not.
She doesn't do a thing where, it's like, are you talking to me like it because I'm a black woman?
Not yet. I'm on episodes 2 or 3, so it's not yet that I know.
It could still happen. I mean, it is Netflix.
Yeah. And then I do want to propose a question. What the fuck's happening with Daredevil?
I have not watched past episode 2, so don't spoil it for me. I want to spoil it for myself.
Okay, well, enjoy that. Fuck my life.
And is anybody doing anything fun? Like what holiday is it tomorrow?
It's Human Rights Day.
Human Rights, that's what it was.
The things that we don't have.
Yeah, the thing.
As white South Africans, we're not on our own land. So we should all do is like we just go like we should all take photos of like some grass going like, can I have some land, please, government, or something?
Yeah, some land. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to own a business without the government saying I'm allowed to, because part of it needs to be, I need to be semi.
Well, you got to give a piece of the share away. Tell me, what do you think of Rob Hersel? Just out of interest.
I watched some of his stuff. I think, like not in this year. I haven't really watched much of his stuff, but I remember he did 1 or 2 things where I watched his thing and I was like, the guy's got a point. Apart from that, I don't know. Why? Why are you asking?
No, I just watched him on a Biz News or a Biz News podcast last night. He was giving like a speech.
I mean,
I don't know how to feel about this oak now. Like, because he was always very anti-ANC bashing and like coming in hardcore, and he's got all these opinions. He's like, I don't know what he thinks. He's like, yeah, I'm a billionaire, so I'm fucking have, which is cool. You built these businesses and all of it. Yeah, he's a South African billionaire. But like, I respect people who have built these businesses, and it's all good and it's all well. But like, that doesn't necessarily mean you know how to lead a country, because look at our president, prime example, right? Look at the chaos that is pursuing in the world, right? So it's all cool. But last night when he was chatting, he's like coming with a more different message now, saying, oh, the whites with the money have been the problem because they haven't been backing the right horses. And he doesn't want to be inflammatory anymore. And, like he needs to look at it from another perspective. And watching it, I just was kind of like, he's a grifter now, like in a way. It's fine that he's changed his stance on stuff.
Yeah.
But when he talks, I kind of feel like he's only out for his own interests, like because of his wealth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
Rob Hersov wants Grayton as president. What? Fuck off then. I mean,
anyways,
listen, I'm
just wondering how much of his content you'd consumed and what you thought of him. Yeah,
I haven't. I think Joe had an interview. I haven't had time to watch that yet. And I saw somebody else had an interview with Ronaldo Gijs also had an interview with Rob Hersov. I haven't watched either. I just haven't.
So that is actually what he brought up in that chat. He was like, "Oh, they need to fund these podcasters like Ramon Cabernac, Ronaldo." He named like all of that sort of those morning shots.
No,
I did put you in the.
What did you say? Like, what do you think about, like, what did you say? What did you earlier, like, what did you ask? What do I think about Rob? No, fuck, dude. Rob is a great fucking guy. He is really cool. Great fucking things. Hey, Rob, send us some fucking money. No, I'm kidding. No. I'll fucking never do that. I mean, I support the fact he's a free market capitalist.
Rob is Trump from Timu.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. It's cuck funny. But I mean, like, I don't.
What a legend.
I get the
what Alvan said. Exactly, Alvan.
Yeah, what Gavin said earlier was like, Rob wants Grayton as president. It's like going, yeah, maybe I can understand it from like you want someone who's like Grayton, who's a populist. I can see it from that angle, going like you want someone that's just like, listen, but I don't know if I want a gang star as like a dude running the fucking country. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe got one already. So
yeah, but I mean, like, maybe. Yeah, that's actually true.
Did Joe Emilio get mentioned? Ash.
Joe was included in that.
Oh, cool, Joe.
What? I know I didn't get a mention. I was. Are you saying Joe Emilio was included in that? They should give.
Yes. In Rob Hersov saying they need to fund the pod bros, basically. Like,
this is what you had. Like, you have to bend the knee and like get him on, and then worship them so that they can.
But this is the thing, like, and what is he pushing for? Like, what is his end game here? You know what I mean? Like,
I think obviously, I think what from what I've watched of his stuff, of the content I've watched, he basically just wants the functioning country. I think that's the baseline. He's going like, I want just shit to work. Just make the fucking power run so that people can do business. Reduce maybe tax on fucking people, like the basic stuff. Just government should be doing this, and this. Just do those things.
When it comes to tax. Let's say our government took out tax and they did do good stuff with it, right?
Yeah.
Why are corporations not paying a little bit more tax? Is it because they're just so unprofitable that they just can't like pay a little bit more to the people who actually create their products and make the wheel turn? Which is,
no, I think, well, I mean,
is that the problem?
No, I don't think. I think it's. But I mean, that's the thing that we're thinking. We're going cool. Like if you're the guy, say you're working at the Stanley factory, right? You're the guy making these lids, right? Like you're just pulling a machine. Like how much? Like what do we we got to pay him? Like there's minimum wage, which the government has dictated. We pay this person, right? So I need a whole bunch of people to make this. Your job is not that important. I can instead of paying 400 of people making lids, I can do an investment and buy a fucking machine who could make those lids.
Well,
right?
that's where we are now, actually. The machines are coming.
We're going to the thing where it's like machines are going to start building all the shit. Like I'll get a Tesla robot because it's going to come with less issues. I mean,
and then somebody's going to set it on fire.
Yeah, someone's going to set it up. But I mean, I think that's a whole different fucking conversation. Like this is like the whole, the rich versus like the thing is, I don't think rich people are by like just evil. It's going like, okay, cool. Well, I want you to like, Don, I want you to come cut my grass. I'm going, okay, cool, but you're rich and you have to pay me like, I'm going, no, dude, like it's going to take me 2 hours. I'm going to pay you this amount of money. This is what the sort of average is.
But I'm more talking like corporate. Like these massive companies that are worth trillions or billions. I mean that's all I'm saying.
Like, hypothetically, you've got like Vodacom is like got a call center with like 200, like 5,000 people answering phones or fucking building engineers.
Not anymore. Now it's bots. I mean, I get called by bots all the time now.
I mean, like that's the thing. It's like who are these big companies? I mean, I would say maybe like mining, right? You got a mining company, you got to send a guy down. I think they're probably not getting paid that great of money, but I think they're getting paid okay. What job is cuck? Like farm workers. Here we go. Right? That's the one that always comes up. You can.
So you're not really for tax the rich.
No, I've never been for tax the rich. I don't think.
Okay, no,
I don't think because someone has more stuff, we should tax them. I don't want to be taxed. I don't want people who have more than me to get taxed. I don't think. Like, I think people should sort of fend for themselves kind of vibe.
Okay.
Like the government, I don't want the government to pay people. I don't want the government to pay people a salary for just existing. Like,
no, I got you. But the government, the government shouldn't have to pay people salaries. Like,
no, they shouldn't be paying people salaries.
I'm not talking about socialism. I'm just talking about you create a larger tax base for the government to be able to do more. I'm not talking about. I mean, look, I'm just being idealistic again.
No,
the bottom line is we're fucked. The NCO in charge and the fucking criminals are running the jaw.
But look at the stats right now. We have got, I think, like when it comes to like,
theft,
yeah. But I mean, look at the stats right now. We've got how many companies? I think there's something like 0.1% of companies pay something like 76% of corporate tax. It's going like the richest paying, like what 1.6 million people are paying 76 of all income tax. The rich are paying their fair share. They're paying more than their fair share. The thing is, maybe a system like tax the rich in America or like these kind of that doesn't work here. Like we can't support the rich who is like maybe like 5% of the population. Like me, you.
Yeah. The stats don't line up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're not fucking rich. Like it's like what are you going to tax?
I remember, like most of the tax is going to corruption anyway. Like that's the problem. So
I mean,
you don't necessarily have to increase the tax. You can the same amount of tax that's being paid out now can sustain the country. But the problem is
as long as it wasn't being stolen.
Exactly. Like we could run a functioning company. You could drop VAT down or income tax down to lower, and it can function. But you got these guys driving. What are they called? Those fucking Merc
G-wagons.
G-wagons.
G-wagon.
Or I mean, what was the food and
no. What was it? No, just this. The fact that you've got 400 members of parliament. 400 members of parliament earning like 1.4 million a year. Like, do we need 400? Fuck, bro. Like, have you ever been in a big meeting? You never get shit done. The smaller a meeting is, the better. 400 fucking people. How are you deciding on anything? That's why nothing gets done. That's why they start working in February. No, dude, like, fire half those people. You're going to save, I think it's like 250 million a year just on that. Reduce the size of, like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Look at America. We were talking earlier. Look at America in the 80s. They were like, okay, cool. You know what? We're going to reduce tax. We're going to reduce import tariffs. We're going to you can bring stuff in for free. Imagine being able to buy some shit on Amazon and not paying 30. I wanted to order what was that? A random, like one of these things, like a random, I wanted to order something like this. Over here, it's like $2,500. In the States, it's half the price, but you're going to pay the same amount just in fees to get it here. And I'm going, imagine you could import that for fucking next to nothing. Reduce the tariffs on stuff. You're going to have people spending.
Well, soon we're not going to be able to import anything from America.
Fucking exactly. What the fuck do we still have this dumb shit up? There's fucking that.
They're fucking fighting the bear hard, these cunts.
No, but also the thing is, it's just insane. If there shouldn't be pick one. This is my thing. Either pick one. Either you've got income tax or you've got that. You can't have fucking both. Because you're taxing my money again. Fuck right off. You've already taxed it. You've taken 36-40% of my money. Now, when I go buy something, I've got to give you more of that. Fuck right off, dude. Fuck
but then you also, if you got the sugar tax as well on top of that, and it's not necessarily about them taking your rights away. I don't think it's about them wanting to control your health. It's got nothing to do with that.
Nothing. No, they want money. I mean, dude, there's this ad currently running on the radio where it's like sugar tax is killing the children. If you drink a glass of Coke, that's get in touch and you can try and increase the tax levy. I mean, what? Fuck you. Yeah. No. Remove the tax levy. Take sin tax away. If someone stop making, if people want to drink more, you're gonna reduce the population. Fucking go for it.
So what a Christian.
No, but it's that old school NG sort of. It feels like this.
You think? You think that? No, but that's it. You think the apartheid government would have done that? But they didn't even. I don't know. Actually, they could have.
No, I think that's where it originates from. But I mean, sin tax comes from the States. It's everywhere. Every country's got alcohol and tobacco and these things. Why are you taxing it?
What the fuck is up with that? Oh well, it's a good way to make money, I suppose. Yeah, it's people enjoy it.
Government produces
anything
nothing.
You enjoy. The government wants a piece.
Anything you enjoy. What is it? What's that fucking saying? If it's not anything that can move, the government will fucking tax. They'll tax it to death.
Yeah.
Fucking cunts.
Okay, guys.
What are you doing? What are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing?
Yes.
What am I doing? Oh, wait. I've got my mom's coming over on Sunday. Gonna have a little blind.
Jeez, fucking lucky.
Nice.
And then, what am I doing on Saturday? I think I'm doing something on Saturday. Oh, I'm seeing my little cousin on Saturday. She's going to come hang out with me, and we're going to catch up on a bit of Outlander because, it's our thing that we do together. And it's quite funny to watch her. I watch Outlander. You know, fucking Outlander, the fucking, the Scotty, that fucking shit. Outlander, the fucking show.
Yeah.
Dalton, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Don Fulio is just I don't fucking know what these retards are talking about. So we're going to watch that because, I love watching her with her because she freaks out every time there's a sex scene or something. And she's like, no, I can't look at it. She fucking, she gets overexcited. It's just I get off and watch it.
Show where the chick dives into the world of OnlyFans and shit like that. What's that thing called?
Oh, dude, Olivia Atwood.
Watch that with her,
bro. Don Fulio. Have you watched Olivia Atwood Getting Filthy Rich?
No.
Bro, it's like this whole documentary series. This chick from off Love Island, she makes this documentary series looking into the world of OnlyFans and sex work. Jeez, dude, it's fucking next level. It's insane.
I'll check that out.
I'll send you the link for it, dude. It's absolutely wild. No, it's fucking wild. It's really weird, but it's fun.
Before we, I don't know if you want to wrap it up, but I should maybe get going.
Yeah. I was going to go. Yeah. But
we're going to a show next week, eh?
Yeah. So I've been conned into going to a comedy show on Thursday, so we might have to move the show to Wednesday night. But I'm going to.
You can take me later, Sean.
I
still have to do it. It's just
I have no choice. I have no fucking choice.
Yeah, there's no winning here for me.
Yeah. Well, we'll move the Thursday night rock show to the Wednesday night and still call it the Thursday night rock show on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It's not going to be confusing at fucking all.
Thanks for having me on.
Dude, thank you. But wait, Don Julio, don't hang up yet. I'm just going to do the thank yous and goodbyes, and then cool. Don't click close yet. Just wait a few minutes. Just outro to roll out.
Yeah, close.
Yeah. I just want to say thanks to everybody that was in the thing. Darth Sean, Don Julio, you guys are awesome. Matthew, the whole crew, everybody watching on X, on YouTube, and on fucking Twitch, and even on Rumble. Like, people were watching on Rumble. Go Rumble. So I want to say thank you to everybody. You guys are all awesome. Hope you have a wonderful Human Rights Day tomorrow, even though some of you don't have the same rights as others in the country. Hope you guys have a fun time. And as always, remember, this show is fuck me. What am I saying? The show is user supported. And I want to just thank all the people. Viewers supported. You guys are all fucking awesome, and we'll see
just
you
for
guys.
Future people. This is a comedy show. This is a
comedy show. We talk about politics and comedy.
Comedy show, and we just take the piss out of everything.
Yeah, share this with your friends, and remember, every Thursday night, come hang out and be kiff, and we'll see you guys again next week. Cheers.